Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in as I explore and investigate the amazing wide world of pens. And you see one rotating in front of you, but you see two crabs. I wonder why. Everything is in perspective. So the one with the white cap is the Jinhao 82 Mini. I wasn't motivated, but there was so much discussion and talk and so many people thought it was a cute, nice pen, I felt I needed to show it to my viewers. But you need to compare it to a normal size Jinhao 82, which isn't a big pen to begin with, but they've made it even smaller. So we're going to explore this pen, take a look at some of its unique features and some of its similar features to the 82. So Mr. Crab is going to give you a wink and we'll continue on. And for those of interest, the pen was just bubble wrapped and in this cellophane sleeve, which makes an interesting sound. So the pen is called Seaweed Green. It comes in a number of different colors. Here they are. Here's the listing on Etsy from Easy Buy. I'll put a link in my video description if you just want to go check out the pen. The cap comes off in two turns. So we looked at how many turns it took to get the cap off of the 82 Mini. So here's a regular size 82. Let's count these. 1, 2. So slightly less than the 82 Mini, but still more than usual. Jinhao seems to like to thread their caps so they have a lot of turns. I don't know why, but yeah, it's Jinhao for you. And we'll see that standard Jinhao number 5 nib. I got a medium. Nice M there, describing the nib is. And the plastic feet on the back. Nice two-tone nib, which Jinhao's been doing a lot when they have gold trim on the pen. I think it really adds a little bit to the look of the pen. If we unscrew the barrel to look at the converter, we'll see they got a nice rubber O-ring there, which Jinhao's been using a lot. It's just a standard Jinhao converter, but very short. If we compare it to the converter in the normal 82, we'll see how significantly shorter this converter is to work in the mini pen. I'm really happy that Jinhao designed a converter to fit versus just saying cartridges only like some other pen makers do. And yes, in the Jinhao Mini you could use a Jinhao cartridge. Here's an example of one here that has no ink in it. Maybe you can see that little ball that's still left out when I opened this cartridge up. Who knows what pen I put it in, but I flushed the ink out of it. And if I ever need a cartridge, I'll fill it with some ink that I want from a bottle. I always like to add something a little bit different to my videos to educate all my viewers. So here are 3 nib assemblies, Yovo, Bach, the Jinhao out of the 82 Mini, Tongdian. As you can see, all 4 have different designs. We flip them over, we'll see the plastic feet in the Chinese pens are fairly similar, and the Bach and Yovo feeds are always quite different. The Yovo feeds are an interesting design. Yes, I did have glitter ink in the pen that had the Bach nib in it, titanium nib. The threads are all different, so you can't, just unscrew one and screw it into another pen. And also these little nipples on the end, which fit into the converter, are also different sizes. International standard Yovo and Bach uses is 2.4 millimeters. This Jinhao one is 2.6, and this one is 3.4. I like the way Bach has designed the end of their nib assemblies, where the insert of the converter or cartridge is pretty much more secure than it is on the Yovo design. But it makes it a challenge for us because we have to have different cartridges, different converters, know what pen we're trying to work with. know what nib and feed it has, and nib assembly. Just one of those little interesting quirks of fountain pens. So there's only a 0.2 millimeter difference between this international standard end and the Jinhao end. But if you take the international standard converter, it fits nice and snug on the back of that Yovo nib, and it won't go on the Jinhao one. If you take this Jinhao converter, it's loose on the international standard, where it fits nice and snug on the Jinhao one. What 0.2 of a millimeter will do. So you may ask, Chris, how do you keep track of all these converters? Well, I have a bag of converters. I tried to put an example of different pen makers and different styles and different converters in here. So if I find a pen that I need a converter for, I see which one might fit. Yes, there's a lot of them in this bag. So the all-important question is how does the Mini compare to the standard 82 as far as frankenizing? Well, the section screws in and out, same section design. The cap is interchangeable, same threading, same everything else, same liner in there, same brass nut there. You can unscrew the finial at the top of the cap, so that could be exchanged. But the finial at the bottom of the barrel is a different design on the Mini. I didn't unscrew that, but then I didn't put a lot of effort into it. But they used a lot of the same parts. Clip is exactly the same. I like the way that metal is folded. Clip works very functional and easy to make. So you may ask, what about folding metal? Well, here's a little plaque I got when I was in jewelry manufacturing many decades ago, and I supported a factory in Arlington in Ireland, and they enjoyed my work, and then I moved on and became more of an IT person. But I never gave up my love of engineering and mechanical things, hence why I enjoy fountain pens. So this is the ink I decided to put into the pen. Certainly an intense blue, Volga River, to go with seaweed green. And when I measured by weight, the cartridge full of ink with the feed saturated was 0.6 milliliters. So not much ink, but it's a small converter. If you want more ink, use a cartridge. But I don't. So as expected, this medium Jinhao nib writes great. I've had a lot of success with these medium Jinhao nibs, both the number 5 and the number 6 size. The number 6 size is the one that I use a lot in the Jinhao 100s. I know some people in this business seem to have trouble with nibs constantly. I've gone through hundreds of pens, and the majority of the nibs write very well right out of the box, but I do flush everything, and occasionally I'll do a little bit of smoothing, but this nib requires nothing. It feels great on the paper. Yes, it's stiff. You're not going to get any variation out of it, but it feels good on the paper, which is the important part for writing enjoyment. So the Volga River ink that I used in the 82 Mini has a decent sheen to it, but nowhere comparison to the recent sheening inks that I did the video on. And this is Cosmo Air paper. This was also written with the 82 Mini. I just have now spoiled by the sheen in the ostrich inks. So now's the time for some editorial comment, some dimensions. Be prepared for the smallness. So, I have this pen. This is the last pen I've ordered. Nothing else is in the pipeline. I'm not that much motivated to be the first one to grab a pen to do a review. It just doesn't excite me like it used to. Who knows how this channel will evolve. I got tons of vintage to do. And I could always revisit some pens that I've made videos on, the many thousands of those pens. So who knows? If you have some suggestions on what might motivate me to do more videos, please leave me a comment. If you've liked my videos, please like them and watch more of them. I'm certain there's some you haven't seen yet. So this is a pen I would definitely write with posted. It fits fine in a hand posted. That section is actually okay for the size of the pen. Works well in my fingers. The pen is very, very lightweight, so balance is not an issue. Long writing sessions is not an issue. Considering the smallness of the pen capped, it would be a great pocket pen, a great carry around everyday pen, but with the small ink supply, don't expect to write a lot or carry some extra cartridges with you or whatever you like to do. If you want to have just one pen, I never traveled with one pen. I always had at least 3, sometimes more. But that's me. So let's close up this video and move on. Yes, I like the pen. Is it a pen for everybody? Well, there is no pen for everybody, but my comment is everybody should be able to find a pen for them. That's why I show these videos, that's why I make these videos, so you can make that determination. To me, the worst thing is you buy a pen and it fails to satisfy you, fails to meet your expectations. So hopefully if you do your research, watch videos, read reviews, however you want to work, talk to your friends who might have pens, pen pals or whatever. You know, to me, research. Be an educated consumer, and therefore you'll be rewarded with your purchases, hopefully. So with that, we're going to conclude this video. I hope it found everyone safe, happy, and healthy, enjoying your pens. So thank you all for watching. Yes, my handwriting degrades as the day goes on. We've reached the end of this video. I'm not saying more to come, but who knows? Life is full of surprises. Enjoy them. We will say bye. Good writer.